YouTube, what is up guys? So I am at the beach for a couple days. I finished my work on Take Over the World and I peaced out. I just went to the beach. I'm in Key West, Florida. I've never been here before. It's pretty cool. I've pretty much just been working on my laptop, like on the beach, which has been awesome, and that's what I want to do, but at the same time, it's like, I'm still working. But this video is a Q&A, as you most likely guessed, because you follow my Instagram, you saw that I asked you guys to ask me questions, and I'm gonna go through a handful of them, and I'm just gonna answer them, and then tomorrow I'll be back in the swing of things with some skateboarding, and I think it's like a skateboarding / hangout with riding video. I don't know. So let's get right into it. The first question is from Hannah Torrance, who skates. She's awesome. She lives in New Zealand, I think. Either way, she's asking me if I will ever visit Australia or New Zealand, and I will be so shocked by the end of this whole YouTube revive journey if I don't end up in at least Australia, because I want to. So for sure, I have to say yes, I think I will. This is my view, by the way. This is what I'm looking at, which feet are kind of weird. Let's put that out there. I'm not weirded out by feet, but some people are. We're gonna keep going. Emily Ann Mitchell asks, what kind of things do you have from Zelda? And I'm gonna say treasure from Zelda because she's talking about a skit that, it's a friend. She was like in the other room when I was filming this weird skit back in the day, and she's like, treasure from Zelda? So it's called the Google It skit or something, I don't know. I forget what it's called. You type in Google It, Andrew Schrock, it'll probably come up. ZoneBit asks, how much of your day is fun and how much of your day is work? A lot of times the work is super fun, but the gist of my day, which you probably can tell if you watch A Day in the Life, is I wake up and I go to the warehouse, or I take my little guy to preschool, and then I go to the warehouse, and then I do emails and whatever business work I gotta do. Brian Ames is always throwing stuff that I need to handle personally. Sometimes I'm working with him. So we get all that done before lunch, and lunch is around 11 o'clock, and then after lunch, I usually wrap up paperwork and stuff, but soon after, we go into video mode, and video mode is always fun. Like filming videos, we love doing. It's the most authentic thing ever. Like I know we like make some ridiculously cheesy stuff, but that's on purpose, and it's fun. And then I go into dad mode at about 4 o'clock, and then about 9 o'clock when I put the little guy to bed, I go back into editing mode and edit for a handful of hours every night. So I don't know. I would say when I'm actually just editing and doing computer work, that's like less fun, but most of the day is pretty fun. I mean, I'm very thankful. That was a big explanation. I hope that's what you were looking for. It's getting hot out here real fast. Dimitro, I'm getting honked at by a boat. What is that? Or it could possibly be a semi-truck. I have no idea. There's a loud thing near me. Dimitri Torella, I think I'm murdering that, I'm sorry. What is your greatest accomplishment in skateboarding? And personally, just the fact that I'm in my early 30s and I'm still putting out a video part right now, that's a huge accomplishment to me. But really when it comes down to it, just the sheer amount of people that have told me that they started skateboarding from watching my videos, that means the world. Every time I hear that, it's like, I know a lot of people probably think that because I get a lot of comments and messages and people tell me things all the time, it means less, but it doesn't. When I hear that, it literally, I was like, it just keeps me going, like, man, I'm doing the right thing with all this, because I love skateboarding, and any positive repercussions I can hear from what I do and what a positive effect it has, it's awesome. Hits me right in the heart. Puts a boxing glove on and just punches me right in the heart. There's people walking over here, they're gonna think I'm super weird. I'm gonna keep going though. Vincent Erickson says, what's up with you and riding in that Dove commercial? I literally jumped off my couch when I saw it for the first time. Yeah, I've always wanted to get into acting. It was just always a dream of mine to be in like a movie or a TV show. Not really commercials, I didn't really think about it like that, but I got the offer to do the Dove commercial and they were super nice, and I got to be in it with my little guy and my wife. So I was just like, well, this is a no-brainer because I've always wanted to get into acting work. These people are nice, and I jumped at it. So it was literally a dream come true for me, and I would totally keep doing stuff like that too. When a lot of people were like, yeah, you're a sellout. Like I get that every now and then, but I'm like, dude, that's like, if you sell out is when you do something you don't want to do for money, like just for money. With me, I wanted to do that. I didn't need the money. That's a bonus, that's cool, but that's not why I did it. Because I get offers for stupid things like, hey, will you sell these cheese crackers on your YouTube channel? Like, no, I'm not. Cheese crackers are fine, but I'm not gonna sell cheese crackers. If I did that, it would because like I was in a spot where I was like financially unstable and I had to take something. Which, of course, you know, when it comes down to it, everyone's gonna do, but I don't need to do that, so I'm gonna try to stay true to myself. So if you see me in random commercials, that means I got a really good vibe from the offer. There was good people offering it to me, and it's something that I'm genuinely interested in doing, even if it's a product that doesn't make sense. Which Dove is, I've been using their stuff, and it is a shampoo and conditioner and one that works. So I didn't feel like I was selling a product that was like false. Like it's a great product, you know. The huge reason why I did it is because it was a chance to, it was like a dream come true for me. So if you want to call me a sellout, wait till I'm actually selling something super stupid that you clearly know that I don't actually care about. It is so hot. I'm gonna be a pool of sweat by the end of this video. All right, Gunnar Lewis, 51111111. asks favorite superhero, and I would say Iron Man, and I feel bad because it's not because of the comics, it's solely because of the movie. Robert Downey Jr. kills it. But I do read a handful of the comics. I always have here and there. I wish I had more time for it. If I was gonna base it just on the comics, I would say Spider-Man. He's awesome. And I feel like, I don't know, Spider-Man just has a special place in my heart. But overall, I would say Iron Man right now. Because freaking Robert Downey Jr., people. Sam Johnston asks, when can we expect that second book of yours? And I would, oh my gosh. The original reason to come down to Florida was to write, just for a couple of days, straight write. And I'm so behind on life, and I was like, you know what? I feel it could be better if I just edited a bunch of videos and kind of got ahead of myself, which I've been doing great. And I'm just so tossed up right now on whether how I want to write this book, because my first book that I published is like, it's a fictionalized version of me growing up, but it's like 98% absolutely true. I just changed names and like a few changes here and there to make the story flow. And I'm hesitant to keep writing about my life because I didn't think my first book would do as well as it did, and it got out there, and like, it's like, how much do I want to open up my life? So the second one, I will write it, but it's probably gonna be a little more percentage fictional. Like the themes will be what I went through, but I don't wanna really open up everyone else's lives either. I don't wanna like tell everyone in the world about everyone else's lives when they're not necessarily want me to do that. So you'll get the gist of it, and I'm gonna write. I'm gonna keep writing it. I'm gonna write it no matter what. It's just a question whether I publish it or not. So I would like to think that you'll get it by the end of the year. I know I keep pushing things off, but right now, that's my next project after this, is to make an EP, like a music EP, and a book. So that's what I'm working on after Take Over the World, in addition to all the Revive and YouTube stuff. Tatsuki Bro 3 says, were you scared to start your own company if it was going to succeed or not? No, I wasn't scared at all. I didn't actually want to, but it was more like an annoying thing, like, oh dude, I want to start a company, that's a lot of work. And I've never had huge dreams of running a business and stuff, so I did it thinking it wasn't going to succeed. I just thought it was going to be like something that we sold a few things here and there, but it wasn't going to be big, so I didn't put a lot of effort or like concentration into it. And then when it just kept selling out, I was like, all right, wait, I think this is something. So I got with Brian Ames, and I was like, I've been doing this for like a year now, but I think together we can run this really properly. So I brought him on, I got serious, he got serious, and it was awesome ever since. And I actually like running a company. I wish I had more time to do the smaller stuff, but right now I'm so busy that I just kind of like make big decisions and guide people on what to do with it, which is awesome. But I love it. I love every step. I just wish I could get my hands a little more dirty. I used to sweep the warehouse every single day, and I do not have time for stuff like that anymore. Alfie Sims 08 says, how do you come up with design or product ideas? Is there a process or just randomness? Love your videos. Thank you. I'm glad you like my videos. I'm gonna keep making them. That was like an autopilot response, but I mean it. Yeah, so ideas are really random. Sometimes we plan out things, but usually I'm so busy that like it comes down to the meeting where we have to kind of decide the direction we're gonna go in, and I literally just go like this, and I'm like, how about this? If that's not the thing, I'll do it again, and usually come up with some sort of concept that JP's like, he's the artist that does most of our stuff, he's like, I think I can do something with that, and Brian will chime in like, I think that's a great idea. But a lot of the stuff just off the top of my head, I'm like, superhero decks. Let's do a food series deck where one's a burger, one's a taco, one's a bagel, but it's actually my cat because my cat's named Bagel. So it's just weird stuff that pops in my head. I always say that I'm not actually talented at anything. I'm like mediocre at best at everything I do in my life, but coming up with weird ideas on the spot, I will say that that's probably one of my actual talents. I can do it, I think. Now I sound cocky, I suck. JP Garcia asks, who's awesome. Gosh, I love JP. When do you come down here to skate with us again, bro? I don't know, I didn't get an invite for the major thing last year because it wasn't like as big of a deal. So I would love to. I would love to also stop sweating. I'm like a pool. So I don't know, I guess I'm probably just gonna hit up the major dudes or even JP and I'm like, hey, I'm coming down. It might be this year. If not, definitely next year. I know that's a crazy statement to say because it's only April, but this year's already filling up pretty fast. DH2814 Drew, my dude, says if you didn't co-own Revive, I'm answering a lot of friend questions. I'm sorry. They're literally popping up in front of my face. If you didn't co-own Revive or do YouTube, what would you want to do? And I would probably just want to write, because that's what my main focus was before YouTube and Revive. I love video games. To have a job somewhere in that world would be cool. But I definitely have to be creating something. That's one thing in my life. Like I have to be creating and building and just like feeling like I'm accomplishing something or progressing. So that's the important part. Sandy Pants 8 says, do you record, upload the same day, or do you record then upload it the next day? By the way, I think you should do more story time videos. I like them. Thank you, Sandy Pants. I'm definitely gonna do more story time videos. Those videos are doing really good and they're super easy to make. But I definitely do not record and upload the same day. Sometimes I upload a month after I've made a video. That's not that common, but definitely a week or two sometimes. Sometimes it's the next day. Very rarely it's the same day though. So right now, I'm like 5 videos ahead of myself. Like I have like 5 videos edited. I also do 2 channels you gotta keep in mind. I do a toy channel, which I do a lot of planning. Sometimes I gotta knock out 3 videos in one day. Sometimes I can't film videos for 2 days. You never know with my life. Alex_MB_619 says, what's your favorite sport that's not skateboarding? And I would probably say, I mean, to watch, baseball. Like I love going to a baseball game. I also like basketball. I used to play basketball when I was a kid. But man, I wouldn't, not to go back to skateboarding, but I just wouldn't be able to like function without skateboarding. Right, it's been 2 days here in Florida and I'm like, I want to skateboard so bad. Ethan M1282, what do you see yourself if YouTube eventually shuts down? And I'm definitely trying to plan for my future financially. So I'm looking to like see where I can invest and whatnot and kind of build more sources of income. Not to get super boring on you. But as far as job-wise, I would definitely write and I would definitely run Revive and I would probably just go about Revive differently. And I would start focusing on different social medias, which I want to do anyway. I would at least give it a good attempt to continue my life without the YouTube aspect. I'd still want to make videos. I'd probably put them on the website, I don't know. And then I would still, you know, of course, want to run the company. So hopefully nothing would change, I don't know. The world's crazy these days, you never know what's gonna happen next. So this is the last one, I'm gonna say, Colby_Persley says, what is your favorite trip you've taken? And my favorite trip I have taken would probably be either the Metro tour, which happened a long time ago, or I did an SF to LA trip where I flew in to SF. I filmed a video with Corey Duffel, and then we went camping in like Yosemite for a night and skated a skate park like in the mountains. And then we went back to San Francisco. I drove down to LA, did a video with Ryan Sheckler. Now, I'm not trying to name drop all these people. It was just, it didn't like, even with those people aside, it was just like, a fantastic time with Ratface and Joel from Metro. It was so fun, and Brett Novak was there. So then after the Ryan Sheckler video, I hung out with Richie Jackson, Brett, and Ratface. We just skated and had the time of our lives for like a day and a half, and it was just so fun. So that was a trip. A Revive trip, this recent trip to San Jose, or San Francisco Bay Area in general, was terrific. Super good, and like, I don't know, some of the Revive trips were pretty crazy too. Like, I don't know, there's so many of them. Gosh, Hawaii, we had tons of time, good times there. It's hard to pick, really, but those old ones definitely come to mind because they were one of the first times I got out there and into the world with skateboarding, and we're doing a lot of fun stuff. But there you guys go, that is my little Q&A. But I hope you guys dug that. I'm gonna go, I do videos all the time here, and you'll definitely see 2 videos this weekend, so tune in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you wanna sign up for more videos, the subscribe button's right down there. You just hit it, where it says subscribe, and you're signed up to see more videos. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. You guys have a fantastic day. I'm gonna go hang out on the beach, and hopefully stop sweating. Oh my gosh, it's quicksand. Literally. My sandal, that sucks. That really sucks. I was like, hey, I'm gonna film a clip, walk into the ocean. And now I'm in quicksand. Not really quicksand, but I sank. This was a terrible idea.